Hey guys, just finished watching Daredevil Season 2, Episode 1, Bang. Um, this episode was pretty interesting. I mean, it was pretty cool at the end seeing that we've actually got our look at Punisher and stuff, obviously with no skull and stuff on his chest, but definitely was surprised to see that Daredevil and Matt and Burt, Daredevil and Punisher actually meeting in this episode and such so early on. I thought it'd be again, like Season 1, maybe Episode 2, Episode 3, was when they would meet or something like that, but definitely it's pretty cool to see them. That Matt and Daredevil actually met in this episode, which is kind of interesting to see that. I definitely like the whole cool idea, especially with the Dogs of Hell, getting into them, seeing with them. If you don't know who Dogs of Hell was, they were actually the gang in season one of Agents of Shield, who Lorelei actually took control of when Lady Sif first crossed over. Not long after the Thor: The Dark World episode crossover, so a few episodes after that. So it's definitely cool to see that connection with Agents of Shield with the Dogs of Hell. I definitely like the whole full-on direction that they're going with. Punisher being rumored as a gang. Everyone thinks it's a gang, and then all of a sudden he finds out it's one guy, Punisher. I think I really like that episode. Definitely can't wait to see if next episode we get continuation of the Punisher, if we start getting introduced. I guess they start introducing Elektra and stuff into it, so because we have no mention or no reference at all to Elektra yet, so definitely kind of like the where they're going. Definitely can't wait to see episode 2. So let me know what you think, guys, if you've watched episode 1 of season 2 of Daredevil in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey guys, I just finished watching Daredevil Season 2, Episode 2, Dogs to a Gunfight. This episode was, again, pretty interesting. It was cool seeing the Punisher and stuff and Daredevil fight at the end in that kind of like rainish type thing. Obviously it wasn't rain, but it was the water. I mean, I was hoping at the end when they started fighting that end fight scene would be a little bit, be like the equivalent of the season 2, episode 2, season 1. But then again, I definitely can't wait to see next week's next episode. Episode 3 definitely what's going to be interesting with him, Daredevil being all chained up and stuff. I think it's cool seeing in this episode, seeing Daredevil going to Devil and Potter to get more of his suit kind of upgraded. And also to be hit him. He got rung from that first episode, the shot straight in the head, almost how it kind of grazed off. So definitely it's interesting to see how that's kind of affecting him when he's kind of bringing him. The sound is starting to affect him too much and stuff, and too loud sounds can kind of make him go off, and so it's kind of cool to see how that kind of fits off. I'm surprised that we still don't have an introduction to Elektra in this in any of these episodes yet. Definitely can't wait to see what that is, or even Hand, or the Yakuza, or any of those guys. I mean, we've heard whispers about them, but nothing much in here. So definitely it's interesting to see this start to kind of build up and start to take off. Definitely can't wait to see how what happens in the next episode. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it starts to pick up. And I definitely kind of like the idea. It seems a bit slow a little bit. And it seemed a little bit, kind of hard to believe that, that all those guys at the end of that fight scene, not one of them could get a clear shot, got a shot, to them. But then again, it was, don't want them killing off the main two characters by so early on in the season, just by because there were so many cops. Still, there was a lot of cops for them to all miss. Although they did get hit them a few times in the shoulders and stuff. Definitely can't wait to see how the next episode goes. So let me know what you think, guys, if you've seen this episode in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey guys, I just finished watching Daredevil Season 2, Episode 3, New York's Finest. This episode was pretty interesting, especially with the whole Daredevil and Punisher talking. Punisher had Daredevil all chained up, and it was pretty cool at the end to see him, with the gun taped to his hand, which is right out of the comics. It's pretty awesome to see that. And it was also pretty cool to see we got another kind of a hallway scene. Although I don't feel like it does this hallway scene. I could get how it's trying to live up to season 1, episode 2 hallway scene, but I feel like it didn't. Season 1, that hallway scene in episode 2, it felt very really more organic because it was just the camera was fixed and the camera only turned very rarely, whereas the camera was moving all around. There's a lot of shots where it kind of panned through the wall where you have no idea if they could have just pan to the wall, pause, and there could be a cut there. Although there was also a lot of times in the season 1 hallway fight where there could have been cuts here and there that you couldn't see because it's so dark and stuff. But in here, it just feels like there was too many. I prefer the camera in fixed place, how the camera go back and forth, less turning, unless it's in an open area. Because when you turn in those small hallways like that, it really doesn't give the impression that it's all one. It really takes away because there's always a possibility of being a cut there. I think it's better to just keep it all flow. I still like the way he fought though. The fight was pretty cool, especially how he had that gun taped to his hand. He was beating people up and he pretended to shoot people, or he threatened to shoot people even though the gun was empty. Excuse me, and then it's definitely pretty interesting to see him fight with that, and the way he was fighting with that chain. But also what I liked about this fight scene is how in the other last season, a lot of the people that Daredevil would fight were about his height and stuff. These guys were all biker guys, and they were all twice as high, twice his weight, and probably twice as strong. And it was just pretty cool to see him do that and how he would take his height and go to himself. So definitely was cool. It was pretty cool to see Claire introduced in this episode again. Definitely cool to see her and Foggy, their relationship. I think you can see their relationship building up. Wow, it is pretty late here, early actually. Definitely can't wait to see how that kind of goes. And it was cool seeing her referencing Luke Cage. That was pretty cool seeing that. Definitely can't wait to see how that kind of goes, on how kind of Karen and Foggy and Karen's investigation and with the Punisher goes. Definitely can't wait. I feel like next episode 4, is probably going to be the origin of the Punisher, especially with Karen getting that that X-ray showing the hole in Punisher's skull, probably where he was killed type thing, where they kind of finished off his family and killed him. I think that would definitely be cool to see that next episode. So yeah, definitely an interesting episode. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey guys, just finished watching Daredevil season 2, episode 4, A Penny and Dime. Wow, what an episode! It was a long episode. It was a full hour long. I kind of like this episode. There's a lot in here. I mean, with Punisher and Daredevil, it was cool seeing them team up. Kind of team up. It was not necessarily not a team up, but them fight together and stuff. And every time Punisher would go to do something, he'd grab a gun and Daredevil would knock the gun out of his hand. And it was cool seeing Punisher fight and Daredevil fight at the same time. Seeing them, that was pretty cool. It was one of the craziest things. Punisher, you had a knife, a razor blade in his skin. He cut itself open and put a razor blade inside of himself. That was pretty cool seeing that. And it was pretty hard to throw out, pretty good. So, when they had that dog there and stuff, I knew they were going to use the dog and stuff. I don't know, I guess I am much of a dog person, but it really got to me, really cool. That was really suspenseful in that scene. They were going to do it, which I guess it was, I was kind of believing, because the things that they've done on this show, Daredevil, I don't think it's that above them to have done anything to a dog. Maybe they wouldn't have shown us, them doing something to a dog, but implying that that they would have done something to it. I think it would have been interesting to see if they would have not shown us the dog doing it, but just seen us his reaction and the sound. I don't know if they would have done it, because I thought they were going to do it to the dog, or when they drilled Punisher's foot. Oh my god, that was cool. And definitely it was cool, interesting that the fact that now that he's in prison and stuff, I definitely can't wait to see how they're going to come in. I mean, obviously we haven't seen him with the skull yet, even though we've seen photos of him with a skull, and there's even some trailers where there's some footage where we haven't seen him yet, so we know that he will probably be getting out of prison. Definitely interesting to see though, how is he going to get out of prison? Is Matt going to break just him out of prison? Is the whole prison going to end up being run by the Yakuza, and that's how they're all going to get broken out, and the whole prison's going to get broken out, full of guys, and Punisher's going to happen to be one of them. Definitely can't wait to see how that kind of works out. And I also can't wait to see him, in prison beating up guys, because I'm sure a lot of them will be, will have been there because of him or something, or at least some of them, some of them who he thought were dead or not dead, or there because of the Punisher, or the Punisher knew a lot of those guys worked for people who are now dead because of the Punisher. I think that definitely could be cool to see him in prison, just kind of hand-to-hand combat. And also Punisher's story, even though we didn't see any flashbacks to it, we did see a bit of Karen in Punisher's place, which I don't know why she had a handkerchief or something. Just wear gloves. Simple. Gloves are the easiest way to do it, all you need is a pair of, latex gloves or anything, just gloves to wear. It'd be a lot easier than having a handkerchief. But that was pretty cool seeing that, and Punisher's story was pretty, even though we didn't see anything, it was just mostly him talking next to a grave there. It still felt pretty emotional. I love the idea that, of that. It was still really connected. Maybe it's just because I like the character and stuff and the history of the character from reading some of the comics and stuff, but it was definitely cool. And also the idea that Sergeant Brett Mahoney was actually the one to take him in rather than Daredevil. I think that's kind of cool, and definitely is very Batman-esque, not the hero that Hell's Kitchen needs and stuff type thing. So that's kind of cool to see that. Definitely can't wait to see more of Elektra and stuff. That's going to be cool to see that in future episodes. So I'm not sure if I'm going to watch another episode today, but we'll have to wait and see. Definitely we're finishing this show by the end of this weekend. But I just got some family over here, so I'm going to see what it's like. So let me know what you think, guys, about these the first 4 episodes in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey guys, I just finished watching Daredevil Season 2, Episode 5, Kinbaku. This episode was pretty interesting with the whole introduction to Elektra, and we actually saw some flashbacks to Matt's early days and stuff. I definitely liked that. That was kind of interesting to see that. Him getting revenge on the guy who killed his father. That was definitely interesting to see that. I definitely can't wait to see how this kind of whole dynamic with him and Elektra, especially with the ending, how it's supposed to be a cool fight scene. It looks like there's going to be a fight scene between with Daredevil and Elektra teaming up. So it'll be cool to see that. And I definitely can't wait to see how kind of stuff goes off. And then the whole, this episode, I guess, was very much, Elektra and Karen Page, a focused episode on his relationship, Daredevil's relationship with, or Matt Murdock's relationship with Elektra and Karen Page. And I think it's kind of interesting with Karen Page and with Elektra, and definitely can't wait to see how it's going to go with Karen Page, especially if he gets, how close is he going to end up getting to Karen Page before he tells her, I'm Matt Murdock, I'm blind, I'm Daredevil, blah, blah, or stuff like that, or whatever, or is she going to find out some hard way that he's Daredevil? I think I could see maybe Elektra as a jealous girlfriend type thing, could maybe, force him to, and make him reveal it to her, to Karen, without him knowing that Karen was watching or something like that. I think that could definitely be cool. I think it'd be interesting to see some sort of, Smallville Chloe season, whereas Chloe Sullivan on Smallville, she learned that Clark was, about Clark's powers and stuff very early on, and then kind of it's dragged out for a few seasons, which I hope they don't drag it out too long, but I definitely think it'd be cool to see a few episodes of Karen Page not knowing whether or not, knowing that Matt Murdock is Daredevil, but not wanting to kind of tell him that she knows, and Matt Murdock not knowing that she knows that he's Daredevil, but kind of, not knowing that Foggy knows either, because Foggy's still playing along, and I think it definitely would be cool to see that aspect, whereas all 3 of them know, but none of them know that Karen knows, and I think that would be cool to see that aspect kind of change. I think if they do that, at least for an episode or 2, I think it would be cool to have a few scenes of that, but I wouldn't want it to be dragged out. It was okay for them to drag it on Smallville, since we had week by week episodes, and always like the thing of finding out whether or not that's going to happen, whereas this, if she finds out he's Daredevil, but Matt doesn't know that she knows that he's Daredevil, then that could be, and they don't finish that off by this season, I think that would, it's just too much of a wait, because everyone you watch this episode, it's, at most people get these, would drag these episodes out into for a week, or 2 weeks or something, but if you watch one a night, but no one does, so everyone gets it done within like 2 weeks, everyone will have the full season done. So I definitely think it'd be interesting to see her kind of do that, but not for too long. So who knows? Maybe for 13 episodes, there's too many for that. But it'd definitely be cool for like, she finds out at the end of one episode, and then kind of, tells them at the end of not the next one, but the one after. She kind of the last scene is of her is like, oh, I know you're Daredevil, blah blah, and just boom, that could be a shocker. I think it would be cool to see something like that. So we'll have to wait and see how the relationships kind of go. But I definitely think it's interesting to see how they kind of turn out, especially with the whole and Karen's investigation with the Punisher and stuff. Definitely can't wait to see how that kind of all connects out and stuff. Definitely be fun to see that. So let me know what you think, guys, if you've seen this episode in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey guys, just finished watching Daredevil Season 2, Episode 6, Regrets Only. This episode was pretty interesting with, Karen talking to Frank Castle in the hospital room. That was pretty cool seeing that. It was definitely kind of new, I guess, that Frank was going to plead not guilty. Although I still don't understand why he would plead not guilty. I guess he, like Foggy Nelson said, he wants to stick it to the DA and stuff, or his prosecutor. And I think it's definitely interesting to see how that's going to go, how that whole court part's going to go with the Punisher. I definitely can't wait to see him in prison and stuff, and, fighting off guys and stuff in prison. I think that'll definitely be cool to see that. So, I definitely can't wait to see how that all goes. Definitely it was cool seeing Matt and Elektra, in the infiltrating the Yakuza part and stuff, trying to get into finding that booklet stuff. It was cool seeing them do their stuff, and Matt, finding that secret room. That was kind of cool seeing him do that thing, and him, picking, kind of hacking the lock there. That was kind of cool seeing him do that. That was kind of interesting to see how that was, and definitely can't wait to see how things go from here. Definitely was kind of interesting, especially with the whole court part. Could be cool with Frank Castle could be going to jail and stuff. That'd be cool. I imagine that he probably would, unless they don't bring him into jail. But it'd definitely be cool. I'd like to see him at least in jail for a little bit, maybe beat up a few people or something like that. That'd be cool. Although we do know from some trailers that I have been seeing lately, I do know he probably will be getting out. You want to have him out for like the big Yakuza versus Matt Murdock and Elektra, and have Punisher there. I think that would make sense just to have the three of them there. So if he beats up too many people in regular prison and then gets moved to Max, so because there's too many people who want him or stuff like that, or although the DA, his prosecutor, is hoping that going there he'll get killed there. What if he doesn't get killed there and he just ends up killing too many people there? I think that and him getting moved to Max would be cool. Maybe he gets out in the transfer or something. We'll have to wait and see. So definitely could be interesting to see what the court how the court goes with Matt Murdock. So for Frank Castle. So yeah, if you've watched this episode, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey guys, just finished watching Daredevil Season 2, Episode 7, Semper Fidelis. Wow, this episode was pretty, was interesting with the whole court case between, trial with the Frank Castle. And it was cool with the, I guess, Elektra getting involved in the case, kind of messing up that, the coroner's report and stuff, or his statement and stuff. Definitely can't wait to see how they're going to finish the trial now. It definitely could be cool to see how that goes, and her and all the Yakuza and whatever, that giant hole we've seen now, finally seen that. So can't wait to see what that is all about. Going to be interesting to see where that goes with that there, and definitely could be cool to see where everything goes with the Yakuza and stuff, because I feel like there has to be eventually a connection between the Punisher's case and with, there is now kind of, because there was someone that kind of threatened him, and now we know it's her. It was kind of Elektra that threatened him recently, and then there was someone that threatened him before, so maybe that's all connected with the Yakuza and stuff. Definitely can't wait to see what's going on. We didn't even get a confirmation, because we're starting to get to tie into last season when they brought in the Black Sky and stuff, which was that kid, which we assumed, if you're watching Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I assume that it might be an Inhuman, in fact, who came out up some kid with powers from the Inhuman stuff. I'm not entirely sure. I forget exactly when Daredevil season 1 came out and when the Inhuman stuff kind of happened there. So I just don't know if that kind of all lines up. If you've watched it already, if you watch Shield and stuff, you remember if it could be if Inhumans, like the Terrigen crystals in the water and the fish oil pills things, did that happen? Could that kid have been an Inhuman? I'm not entirely sure. We could be interesting to see if they do that. If they go that way, that would really take the if they just mention some person with powers and things and stuff. I think that would be cool if they mentioned some sort of Inhuman thing. I think that would be kind of cool. I'll connect the whole Shield and really make this a more TV connected a little bit more with Shield, more than just Sky and Daredevil being raised at the same orphanage and stuff. That definitely could be cool to see some sort of Inhumans with the Yakuza and whatever's down in that hole. So we'll just have to wait and see. But if we see some Terrigen crystals there or some fish oil pills or whatever, I don't think it'd be cool to see that connection there. So we'll just have to wait to see what that is. So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below if you've seen it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey guys, just finished watching Daredevil Season 2, Episode 8, Guilty as Sin. Wow, this episode is pretty interesting. Definitely can't wait to see what happens in the next episode. I mean, it was there with Frank Castle pleading guilty and being taken away and all that stuff, and then Karen walking in on Matt and Elektra. I definitely can't wait to see. Hopefully, Matt just kind of ignore her, and she just kind of ignores Karen. She just kind of goes off and does her own thing. Hopefully, he kind of eventually kind of explains it to Karen. I mean, I feel like he at least owes it to her for all this explanation, even if he wants to rather be with Elektra over Karen. I feel like she at least deserves an explanation and a proper, sorry, but I want her, type thing. Rather than this way. I definitely think it would be interesting to see that. I hope that by the end of this season, at one point, maybe she sees Daredevil, and I'm surprised that even when Matt was questioning Frank Castle on the stand in court, how come he didn't recognize Matt Murdock's voice? Maybe it's the whole, blind thing and the blind alter ego. It makes it impossible for any people to make that connection, because that's the first thing that kind of stops them from making that assumption. It's just, no, he's blind, end of story. But I don't know. I just feel like maybe he might have think that, but I guess probably that blind thing probably stops that. But definitely is cool. Definitely hope that Karen does get that proper. No, I prefer Elektra, or maybe if Elektra dies, because she does die in the comics. If she dies during this season, maybe she dies. Not the last episode or the before last episode, and then the before last episode, and then the last episode. She that's when Karen finds out that Matt is Daredevil. I think that could be cool to see that, and then that's the cliffhanger for next season, is finding out what we only get a little bit of one episode of Karen knowing that Matt Murdock is Daredevil, and then the rest is all to see how that's going to be like in season 3 or the Defender series or whatever. I think that'd be cool to see all that, how that kind of goes. I think it'd definitely be cool to see how that goes. So that's going to be interesting to see how this all kind of connects and stuff. So this will be fun to see. So definitely can't wait to see what happens. And so let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey guys, I just finished watching Daredevil Season 2, Episode 9, 7 Minutes in Heaven, and oh my god, what an episode. Last episode we got the reveal that Wilson Fisk is back, is in the same prison that the Punisher is in, and oh my god, that way that Punisher gets the idea for his skull, oh my god, that was so brilliant. I love that idea, how they do that, it's pretty amazing. Although one thing there's a few things in this episode that kind of don't just rub you the wrong way. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't find it believable. One, he's there when Punisher first meets him. he's there. He's lifting 450 pounds. If those are all 400, there are like four. I think there's like 5 on each side plates of maybe 45 pounds or something. So he's somewhat around like 450 pounds. He's doing it. Okay, he's doing it. Maybe I'll believe that he's able to do it, but he's not struggling whatsoever with it. So I find it very unbelievable with all that weight. It looks very fake, but if he was struggling, maybe I would conceive that he did 3 reps of that. That's it. But whatever. And then the whole Wilson Fisk owning so many people, owning so much guards in there. I mean, a place where they put someone like Wilson Fisk, who's known for, having cops in his pocket before he was out, for big drug lords and big criminal empires, kingpins like this, why don't they don't have anyone checking the cellmates, the guards, making sure they're not being paid by an inmate and stuff? I feel like that makes no sense to just have these guys do that, and no one's just their job to just no one just once a month checks them. Maybe he's only been in, I mean, Wilson Fisk, I'd assume he's been in for a while, so no one checks like once a month or once every 2 months, to make sure that no one's being checked in, when they, I don't know, I feel like there should be some way, there must be a way that they make sure that the people don't get, these guards don't get paid by an inmate. I think there has to be security checks for that. I think there must be ways to find out and see things and stuff. I mean, it's just so interesting to see that, though. Although it's still kind of interesting, and the whole, Karen and the firm, Nelson and Murdoch, that's kind of fizzling out. It's kind of interesting to see how that kind of goes. I'm hoping that maybe Karen finds out by the end of this season. I'll have to wait and see, and finds out about Matt being Daredevil and stuff. And I definitely can't wait to see where this goes. And definitely can't wait to see. It's cool seeing Nobu back in this episode. That was pretty cool, seeing him and Daredevil fight. Can't wait to see where that kind of goes, and if these things becomes as some sort of Inhumans connection. I think that'd be pretty cool. See if they did that, they had some sort of Inhuman Kree connection. I think that would be cool. It does fit with the whole timeline, back in the day and stuff. That kind of does all fit. It could be some sort of Inhuman. It just should tie in. I think that'd be cool to have that there. We'll just have to wait and see. But so far, this is so much fun. I definitely can't wait. It's so much picking up. Everything is so good. Punisher is out, and oh my god, this is gonna be so much fun. So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey guys, just finished watching Daredevil Season 2, Episode 10, The Man in the Box. Wow, what an episode. This episode was pretty fun, with the whole, we got Frank Castle escape last episode, and, we got Matt and meeting up with Wilson Fisk in the prison. It's pretty cool, that how they do this stuff, but I feel like I understand Matt's frustration, how, every time he does stuff, he kind of, Fisk goes into jail, he starts running the jail and stuff, but still, like I said in my last review, I find it really difficult to believe that, no one is making sure that any of these, that these inmates, that these guards are not being bribed by the inmates and stuff. There's has to be something in place to stop that from happening. I mean, I don't see why, I don't see how that's not happening. But I mean, other than that, it's kind of cool seeing, I guess what, other than that, the Hand, or I forget, I'm not sure who, but someone is framing one of the Hand, or the Yakuza, or one of those guys are taking out, are framing Frank Castle for all these murders and stuff. That's kind of cool to see that kind of go and see how that's going to kind of lead out, or they're going to try and distract the police with one direction or something. I don't know. I think it definitely is cool. Maybe Fisk is behind some of this, trying to let Punisher. I mean, he just got Punisher out, so I don't think that Fisk is behind it. And I think even if Fisk had an agenda for Punisher, I think he would just want him to just go kind of in one direction. I don't think Punisher is going to do it. He's going to do his own thing. He has a code and stuff, and I think there's a point to his his code and stuff. So definitely can't wait to see how it goes off, especially with the ending, with all the guys kind of climbing up the building. See what's going to happen to Claire and and Foggy in that place. And I'm assuming Punisher, from stills I've seen for the next episode, Punisher will definitely be helping Matt Murdock. That'll be cool to see them start fighting together, fighting on the same side. That'll be cool to see that. And and it was also pretty cool seeing Elektra finally getting her size and stuff. I'm surprised she didn't have size from now on, so definitely be cool to see where this goes and stuff. And maybe, I guess we'll probably have, I'm assuming that the last episode now will probably be Stick, will probably be Daredevil, Punisher, Elektra, and Stick, probably the four of them all teaming up to do this, which is definitely going to be cool to see. And I could see how everything, because Matt keeps on going, yet he puts Wilson Fisk in jail. Wilson Fisk just takes on there. I could see how this could kind of slowly build up to, be the kind of a build up to the Defenders, where Matt's kind of like, well, accepting help, by Elektra, by Punisher, by Stick and stuff. So definitely can't wait to see how this kind of slowly hits and builds up to that. Which I would assume that these maybe not Elektra. I'm not sure about Elektra and Stick, but I would assume that definitely Punisher would be in. The Defenders, so we'll have to wait and see for that, but this could definitely be cool to see, so definitely can't wait for next episode. So yeah, so let me know what you think, guys, if you've watched Daredevil Season 2, Episode 10, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey guys, just finished watching Daredevil Season 2, Episode 11, point 380. Wow, this episode was pretty interesting with, Stick sending someone to kill Elektra. I'm not sure why he sent someone after her. I guess he wants her to fight, and she doesn't want to fight, to save Hell's Kitchen and stuff. But it definitely is cool to see that. And it was cool seeing Punisher and Daredevil kind of fight a little bit on the boat, and Punisher attacking that guy. That was kind of cool. Surprised no Punisher skull. But I guess he does have time now to go put on a Punisher skull. Definitely can't wait to see when he has the time. I guess he has to go, gear up at his place and stuff. So definitely cool to see him finally put on the Punisher skull. But I doubt we won't see that till like the end, the last episode, just like last season with Matt in the red costume. We didn't see that until the last episode, so doubt we won't see that until then. But it definitely is cool seeing Karen kind of. It was cool seeing Karen helping. I guess she told the cops where Punisher was going. That was kind of cool to seeing that, and Daredevil and stuff. And it also was pretty cool seeing Punisher and Karen talk, a bit about, how he was like, you have Matt here, even though you don't like what he's doing, he's still here, whereas Punisher lost his family and stuff. So you need to hold on to what you have and not bitch about how you have it, I think that's pretty a good motto to go by, like Punisher, he doesn't have his anyone to tear his heart, stuff like that. So I think that's kind of cool to see that. Definitely can't wait to see how stuff goes on from here. It definitely is riling up, and definitely can't wait to see how things finish off. So I hope that obviously I can't wait to see where the Punisher is, because we did see the explosion go, but we don't know where he is. Saw him dive, but I don't know if he's in the water or something. We'll have to wait and see. And although when that thing went off, the guys who were on the docks, not on the boat, and that explosion, like, really, that the explosion didn't look like it did that much. I mean, it went up and stuff like that, but was there really that much shrapnel to get to those guys? Now, if you saw, Karen pulls up with the lieutenant guy there, the cop, and you see these guys full of like shrapnel all sticking through their sides, that would have made more sense, but we didn't see that. It just looked like the blast knocked them out and stuff. And for a show like Daredevil, where you see guys get hit and they come back and they get up and stuff like that, it doesn't seem like much of a hit to these guys, but whatever, it killed them, I guess. We'll have to wait and see. So definitely is interesting. So let me know what you think, guys, if you've watched this episode, in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey guys, just finished watching Daredevil Season 2, Episode 12, The Dark at the End of the Tunnel. Wow, what an episode. This was pretty cool. It's finding out that Frank Castle's sergeant there, the guy, the one guy who had anything good to say about Frank Castle from the war, As soon as Karen looked at that picture, I recognized immediately that guy with the yellow, bright yellow hair. Especially when he went when because I connected it right away to when the guy was shooting the last episode. And he's like, "Hey Frank," and he knew it and was like, "Oh my god, it's someone from the military." It was pretty cool to see that. So I caught that on a little way before. As soon as Karen went to that place and she looked at the signs, we went back and I kind of paused. It was like, "Oh my god, he's something." So that was pretty cool. And the reveal that Elektra is the Black Hat or the Black Sky, that was pretty cool to see that. I guess I was hoping for some sort of Inhumans type thing. I guess not. I guess we're not going to get an Inhumans connection to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But also we still have to figure out like those things, those patients that Claire was taking on and that Claire kind of quit her job for, and they killed, who are they? What are they doing for? And what are they collecting the blood for? And that thing that they're filling up with that Nova filled up with blood. What is that? Definitely can't wait to see what that is. Definitely can't wait to see, the end fight. I'm hoping that in the last episode, Elektra doesn't die. Hopefully they can save that for actually, if they're gonna kill off her, save that for another season when they have Bullseye and actually do it like the comics and have Bullseye kill her. I think that would be the way to do it. But definitely can't wait to see what happens in the next episode, final episode of Daredevil season 2. So definitely gonna be cool. And I'm so happy. It was so awesome seeing Punisher open up that after he killed his sergeant there, opening up that place, seeing all the weapons there, and I saw that minigun. I literally was getting goosebumps when I saw that minigun, and then I saw the you could see the bulletproof vest, and it kind of already had the outline. So I was just like, oh, I'm so excited! Can't wait to see the Punisher skull. Gonna be so cool. So yeah, so let me know what you think, guys, if you watched this episode in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey guys, just finished watching Daredevil season 2, episode 13. A cold day in Hell's Kitchen. Wow, what an episode! So it was so cool seeing all of this, the Punisher. Although I wish there was more of Punisher in costume. I mean, we saw there was like some trailers that came out just before the whole season was released. And even parts like on Netflix where you saw Punisher with a machine gun, just ripping, just mowing people down with it and stuff. That's what I was so excited for, and it was cool seeing that last shot with him when he could have took out his house and stuff, and with the minigun. But I guess we're gonna have to wait to see maybe till the Defenders for that. Definitely it's gonna be interesting to see that. And it was also cool seeing Carrie-Anne Moss here with, I guess, connecting Daredevil and Jessica Jones with, I guess, Foggy Nelson working for the same firm that helped Jessica Jones in her series. So definitely it's cool connecting that together. Definitely we'll be bringing the two together. So hopefully, I don't think we'll be getting a Daredevil season 3 until after Defenders season 1, because if I'm not mistaken, they are going ahead with might be going ahead with a Jessica Jones season 2, but that's on hold until after Defenders season 1, once they get Luke Cage and Iron Fist and stuff. So it's definitely gonna be interesting to see how this kind of continues on. Hopefully we get to see Punisher in there, and maybe we'll get to see Elektra in there. I'm not sure. I mean, she did die. And as soon as Matt was like, "Oh yeah, so we're gonna leave town" and stuff like that, I knew it was like, "Oh, she's dead. She's gonna die." But they have brought Nobu back and stuff, so it was pretty cool. And it was pretty fun seeing Nobu get his head chopped off by a stick. It was very Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 1-esque, where I forget the guy's name, but you think the bad guy's like, "Oh my god, he's coming back," and then Coulson walks in and vaporizes him. That was very similar to that. It was very funny. Very cool to see that. So definitely can't wait to see what happens next, and I'm so excited for the Luke Cage series. So let me know what you think, guys, if you watched this episode, if you finished the series like I have, in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.